Rainbow sky.
Welcome to RCW Mayhem. Opening up the show tonight, we have a street fight between this man, Edward Lee Flash.
Red nose follows everywhere we roam. We came from the tent, through the fluff and the glitz. Every flower a sprayer, every rival quits. Rubber and glitter, wig and cane. We baptize a glory in soda rain.
We don't march, we waddle. We don't fight, we break. The altar's built from oversized shoes, and we're laughing to the bank.
Diamonds are forever,
But we shower in gold. Flashes of tinsel, every prop we hold.
and thunder.
The clown son's told. Brothers of giggles, see the slapstick unfold.
Two chesters bound by puns and green.
We don't follow rules, we plant the seed.
Sanctified and bloopers crowned in sin.
Every gag another grin. The crowd may roar, the pants may fall, but our circus outlasts them all.
Swords of foam, hearts of ham. We carve our legend into jam.
Diamonds are forever, but we shower in gold. Flashes of tinsel,
Take a while to make it to the ring.
story retold.
That's what Eddie Flash does.
Thunder and thunder, the clown son's told. Crimson forever, see the chaos
From the Book of Honking, Chapter 1.
No man separates what laughs have bound.
When the clown speaks, the world slips.
So it is honks.
So it shall be done.
Diamonds are forever, but we shower in gold. Flashes through heaven, our legend retold. Blunder and thunder, the clown sends code. Brothers eternal, see the circus unfold. Flashes and diamonds, showering gold. Funny
Now coming out next, the Continental Champion is here in Seattle, Washington. The Emerald City is under siege.
Crowd roar. Blackout. Name on the screen like a war rout. Boots hit the ram. Iron in my face when the flames shed. Every step like a battering ram. Every breath is the start of a slam. Still in my stare, target in sight. You're locked in my shadow, you won't leave the snow. On the shades, when I walk in the ring, hear any shades, and the chaos I bring, no retreat. Feel the crush of my feet, you're on.
This match is a street fight, meaning there's no disqualifications. Anything goes. Falls count anywhere. And Siege starting it off by knocking Eddie Flash down with the combo. It's a little bit of a preview to the match at Revolution between Elijah Bates and Siege. Speaking of Siege, he's in that corner waiting for Eddie Flash to get up. Throws him into that turnbuckle. And tosses him center of the ring. Eddie Lee Flash rolls, lifting Siege, and drops him with the scoop slam. Now, dropping the fist, and following it up with an elbow to the top of the head. Eddie now on the apron, goes on the springboard. Siege rolls, goes for the shoulder tackle, but Eddie rolls up or jumps over it. We're now rolling up Siege. Siege before the 1 count. The absolute resiliency of this man, one of the most dominant men to ever walk into RCW, and that's exactly why he's your Continental Champion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Siege pushes him down. And a crazy springboard moonsault from Edward Lee Flash. Siege no-sells it, lifts him, and tosses him onto that hard floor. Siege now climbing to the top rope. And a crazy tsunami going for the cover. Ref took a while to get there. That could have been a 3 count. Eddie Lee Flash drops him on the back of the knee. Tells him, get up. He's not done. Eddie now stepping out the ring with Siege. Lifts him, drops him with another power slam. Siege, the leg drag takes him down. He picks him right back up. Tossing him into the steel-spangled steps. Going for the elbow drop. But Eddie moves out of the way just in time. And it's Siege with a nasty chop. Siege gives him a receipt and throws him into the steel-spangled steps once again. Siege yelling, putting this crowd under siege. Lifting him. Dragging him. And Siege walks in the walls of Jericho. Eddie fights out of it. Kick to the gut. Siege counters with the backdrop. Now in the corner. Siege lifts him up. Pop-up power bomb. Going for the cover. 1, 2. And at 2.999, Eddie Lee Flash, the comedy machine, kicks out. Countering the Irish whip. Siege hits the rope and gets hit with a spinning back elbow. Goes for the drop kick. Gets countered into the elbow drop. Siege now just punching him in the face. Hits the rope. And a nasty clothesline. Siege going to the middle rope. And a nasty elbow drop. Lifting for the running power slam. That could do it. 1, 2, and 2.99 once again from Eddie Lee Flash. Crawling to the corner, trying to get his bearings, but Siege has a sledgehammer. Moves out of the way. These two now trading blows. A chop to the chest, a punch to the face. And Eddie comes out on top and takes that sledgehammer Siege brought in. Now wailing on the Continental Champion. Driving to the gut repeatedly. Siege now using the ropes to stand up. Eddie not giving him any time, hitting him with a crazy cactus clothesline. Shades of Mick Foley right there, stomping the arm. Now waiting for him to get up. I know what's in store. But can the Siege, and he does it. Gets knocked down with the super kick. Eddie going for the cover. 1, 2. And Siege kicks out. Digs down deep. Goes for the enziguri, but Siege moves and lays him out with a spear. That's got to be it. 1, 2. And once again, 2.99. Both men showing the wherewithal. But neither man want to lose tonight. Opening up the show. It's a big crowd. Seattle, Washington. A running crossbody delivered to Siege. Eddie now throwing him across the ringside area. No worries of count out in the street fight. These two could take it anywhere. These two could take it into the street. Lays him out with another super kick. 1, 2, 3. And Eddie Lee Flash defeats Siege. Could this be a sign for what's going down at Revolution between Elijah and Siege? We will have to wait and see on April 11th and 12th, the first 2-night event in RCW history.
What laughs is bound.
When the clown son speaks, the world slips.
So it is honks.
So it shall be done.
Diamonds are forever, but we shower in gold. Flashes through heaven, our legend retold.
Big upset tonight here in Seattle. The Clown beats the King. Next up, we've got Rowan, New York's Test Your Might Open Challenge. Last week, she issued this challenge and it was answered by Emma Bateshausen. This week, there's no telling who it could be answered by. Carmilla backstage though, for the first time in a while, and she had some words to say. The world's strongest woman. Could be a possibility.
Chain links rattle on my wrist. Crowd shakes when I breathe in. Every weight they swore would break me, I curled it with a cold grin. They drew the line, I tore through the chalk, turned their doubts into dust on my walk. You feel the floor start to shiver, start to quake. Every record that you worship, just another thing I pray. Bent on destruction, on the fall line under your feet. Bent on destruction.
Grabbing the mic, saying, who wants to come out and test your might against the world's strongest woman, Roania York? And the rumors are true. Carmilla making her long-awaited return. Last time you saw her was in the Revolution Rumble at Love is a Battlefield.
She swears she's not a monster, but the night knows her name.
First time she's been in a singles match in I don't know how long. What an opponent to make your return against. The world's strongest woman, Rowan New York. And here's Carmella. Definitely not a vampire. Now, Romania said she didn't want a supernatural opponent, so we gave her the least supernatural person we could think of, Carmella. She's not a vampire. She just enjoys wine and doesn't go outside very often. Those eye bags from staying up all night studying. She's a student majoring in English. Making her way to her corner. Not a worry in her mind. Carmella, an absolute veteran of the game. Carmella punching her straight off the bat. Roania looking at her like it was nothing. Lifting her. The sidewalk slam. Roania looking down on her opponent. She doesn't believe a word that's came out of Carmella's mouth. She wants to end this before Carmella is out for blood. Just dropping her. Standing on her. Stomping on her. That's more disrespectful than damaging, I feel like. And slams her face first on the mat. When you're in a match with the world's strongest woman, you gotta think smarter, because you're not gonna hit harder. Carmella reverses the Irish whip, ducks under, and a nasty Superman punch delivered. Now cranking the arm. Carmella using her martial arts expertise, and a kick to the back. Taking advantage of the ground opponent. Lifts her up, but gets shoved back. Rania goes for the Thez press, but Carmella grabs the ropes and stops herself. It's pushed back. Rania lifts her overhead. The gorilla press slam. Carmella now in the corner. These punches from the world's strongest woman, they hurt. Tossing her across the ring, going for the cover. One. And that'll be it. The Vampirus kicks out, is lifted. And drops her. Carmella fights back with the kick. New York big bodies her with the shoulder tackle. Hits the ropes. And drops the elbow. Once again, dropping the elbow. Stomp to the leg. Carmella rolls out. Rania chasing after her. Lifts her. Now the elbows. Big double axe handle. Carmella back in the ring on top ropes. Rania looking at her. Gets met with the double axe handle. Carmella locking in the submission. Torture rack. It's put so many away. Urania gets her foot on the ropes. You know, the world's strongest woman, strong enough to fight out of it, but you don't need to use energy. You don't need to. If you can get your foot on the ropes, it's much easier than fighting out of a submission hold. Carmella hits the ropes. Big body once again. Now fights that back with the elbow. It's a good fight. World's strongest woman lifting her for the Alabama Slam. Going for the cover. 1, 2. And Carmella kicks out at 2 after being slammed on the back of her head. Urania targeting that arm. Now a knee to the jaw. Carmella gets up. No sells it. Locked it in. That gets spot out. A big boot. A leg drop. Urania taking it in from this big Emerald City crowd. Dropping her face first. Urania now on the apron, going top rope. The corkscrew moonsault. 1, 2, and 2.999 from the vampirist Carmella Karnstein. Now cranking the neck. World's strongest woman could snap it any second. Now stomping her. Grabbing the leg for a modified STF. Carmella instantly fights out of it. She's a submission specialist. Speaking of submission specialists, I believe this is her torture rack submission right here. That's the world's strongest woman will fight out of with the punches to the back of the head. Irish whip against the ropes, lifting her. Sidewalk slam, going for the cover. 1, 2. And Carmella refusing to be put down in her return. 2.99 once again. The elbow drop connects. Big pop-up powerbomb delivered. 1, 2, 3. Urania York picks up the win. Carmella Karnstein came out to test her might, and Urania put her in her place. The world's strongest woman, proving exactly why she is the world's strongest woman. We've got a match between Jezebel, Hawthorne, and Thomas the Living Legend. If Thomas wins this match next week, he will fight Max Furious to see who will fight Tarzan at Revolution for the Blood Money Championship. And here's Jezebel, the CFO. Heard she's been spending a lot of time in Hollywood recently. Coming out next, the Living Legend. One half of the Vision. One half of your tag team champions. His name is Thomas.
I'm only trying to be the legend I'm meant to be. But every rookie in the back keep testing me. Come on. I put a man in the dirt for thinking he above me. Back to the road, now they finally see. Better mind every word when you talk on me. Cause running your mouth might cost you everything. All these foes, all these foes, with death on me. I don't break no more. Look away no more. Look away no more. Have mercy on them. Have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on. Have mercy on. All these fools. All these fools with death on me. Now look, these stupid.
What is this? Jezebel sneaking from behind the steps, taking Thomas out. Going for the stomp. Thomas gets up, drops the knee on her. Jezebel gives him a receipt, does the same. These two need to get in the ring. If Thomas doesn't beat Jezebel by pinfall or submission, he can't face Tarzan. He can't face Max Furious, and he won't get a shot to face Tarzan at Revolution. Jezebel versus the backflip, follows it up with the drop kick. Now kicking him, dropping the elbow. Thomas now thrown into the ring. Jezebel follows after. The bell's finally going to ring. Jezebel ties up the leg. Thomas thrown into the corner. Jezebel with early dominance. She doesn't want to give him a shot at Tarzan. She doesn't even want the chance of Thomas making it to Revolution for that Blood Money Championship. Thomas, on the other hand, that's exactly what he wants. Taking it in from the crowd. Jezebel drops him with a Scorpion Death Driver. Thomas kips up. Jezebel misses. Jezebel hits the drop kick, I guess. Barely caught him. Jezebel, the repeated drop kicks, ducks under with the big cross body. Going for the cover. 1, 2, and Thomas kicks out at 2.99. Jezebel now lifting him. Uh-oh, here it comes. The Devil's Kiss delivered by Jezebel. Go for the cover once again. 1, 2, and another 2.99 kick out from Thomas. Thomas weaves, gets caught with the leg kick, catches the leg kick. Interesting roll up from Thomas. Jezebel reverses before the ref gets the hand down. 1, 2, Thomas reverses. 1, it's broken up. Thomas with the kick to the gut. Goes for the RKO. Gets reversed into the slam. Jezebel with a big drop kick. Telling Thomas to get up. Goes for the suicide dive. But putting reality to its name. Misses. Hits the floor hard. Thomas goes for the axe handle. Jezebel moves out of the way. Throws him on the apron. Spears him off. Now she's rolling out after him. Stomping Thomas. Thomas rolls out of the way. But he is lifted and dropped. Jezebel now throws him back in the ring. She doesn't want to win by countout. She wants to prove a point. Now pointing at Thomas. Thomas trying to get to his feet. Just put right back down with the drop kick. Jezebel going for the cover once again. 1, 2. Thomas manages to kick out once again. He wants Tarzan. That's all he's ever wanted. He wants the night one main event of Revolution. He wants to end the 105-day reign of Tarzan. That's how long it'll be by Revolution. Tarzan will have held the Blood Money Championship for 105 days. The day Revolution starts. Not only is that the longest Blood Money Championship reign, that is longer than any title has been held in RCW history. Thomas now going for the cover. 1, 2. Jezebel with an emphatic kick out right at 2. Thomas now wailing on her. Face meets the knee. Jezebel trying to get up, using the ropes. Thomas turns her around. Jezebel fights back with an elbow. Kick to the calf. These two now trading blows. Big right hand from Thomas. Big right hand from Jezebel. Chop from Thomas. Punch from Jezebel. Another chop. Another slap. Another chop. Thomas catches it. Thomas catches it again. Takes her out with the big boot. Thomas now going for the cover. Any means necessary. 1, 2. And Jezebel kicks out at 2.999. Neither of these people want to lose. Especially not Thomas. Winning this match could get him one step closer to Tarzan. And a rock bottom into the arm bar. And Jezebel taps. Thomas next week will face Max Furious, and we will see who will face Tarzan in the night one main event of RCW Revolution.
When I strike, something wicked happens every time. Greatness in my bones like a legend in his prime. Wrestled in the slums, I was hungry, staying humble till I snapped necks. In the end, it's made arenas crumble. I got a temper, go ahead, push a little. Turn your back on there, you gon' get
a hard-fought and well-earned victory from the living legend.
All these foes, all these foes, wish death on me. Lord, I don't break no more. Look away no more. Don't look away no more. Have mercy on me. Have mercy on my soul. Some when my heart turned cold. Have mercy on, have mercy on. All these foes, all these foes, wish death on me. Sunny days ain't hitting if you never feel rain. Victory ain't sweet till you swallow some pain. That shouldn't be easy, but living is hard. Leave you limping out the back, body, mind, all scarred. This one's for the rookies in the locker room praying. For the ones behind bars, still remember my name. I don't say God can judge me, I see things clear. Politics in this biz got men shook for years. I'm the down in this ring, call me the final call. By any means necessary, I make giants fall. Used to think we were brothers, then they turned on me. Funny how fans chill out when they wish you bleed out. All these foes, all these foes, wish death on me. Lord, I don't break no more. Don't look away no more.
Next up, we've got Max Furious versus Jack Taylor. Now that the old Max Furious, his old opponents are too. These two looking to put on another banger after the countless they put on Mayhem.
When the pressure hits and the pain cuts deep, you'll stand your ground, no time to retreat. You cross my line, mess with my crew. I won't back down, I'm coming for you. I am Max Furious. Stand up for the fight in every soul. I am Max Furious. Push back hard, take back control.
Yeah, brother. Fury Mania running wild here in Seattle.
Road don't last long. I carry fire where the weak stay gone. There's a storm locked inside my veins. Freedom's price is paid in chains.
Coming out next, the steward of strong style, one half of the pyramid, the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Taylor, Mr. Blackpool himself.
We move, no retreat. Steel in my veins, storm in my.
Bell rings, these two are hot to a half start. Both men running at each other. Jack Taylor drops him with a Superman punch, followed by the knee and the kick to the head. Now lifting him. The suplex. Stewart of strong style. Putting on a performance tonight. Goes for the springboard. Max gets up, kicks him in the face. Gives him a knee, showing him a little bit of strong style himself. Now a running knee delivered by Jack Taylor. Max counters. And a cutter already. A big moonsault. Now sliding out of the ring. Reps a baseball bat. Even though the old Max Furious is back, he learned a little bit along the way. And one thing he learned is you got to be ruthless to win in this business. Max rolls out of the ring. Gets hit with a baseball bat to the head. These two using that slugger on each other like it's the World Finals. Now spinning the leg, pointing to the sky. Slapping Max. Max up against the ropes. Jack Taylor taking advantage, tying his arm up in the ropes. Kick to the gut. And a big suplex bomb. Jack Taylor, the big leg drop. Fury Mania can't run wild with a foot on his throat. big diving lariat. Now going for the cover. One. No, not even a 1 count. That's not going to work for me, brother. Max hits the ropes. Now Jack hits the ropes. Max jumps over, ducks under, goes for the kick, and a discus lariat is delivered by Jack Taylor. Max gets a rope break. Slides out of the ring. What's he got? He's got the kendo stick. Max gets out of the way, kicks him in the gut. And a fireman's carry, drop onto the back of the knee. And there's Tarzan. Lifting Max. Max fights out with the elbows. Lifts Tarzan. Blue Thunder Bomb to the Revolutionary. Kick to the gut. Max throws Jack into the ref, trying to use some of those old dirty tactics. Jack gets out of the way, lifts him, drops him on the knee. Now using that baseball bat, trying to knock Max unconscious. Punch to the face, kick to the face. Another punch square on the jaw. Max Furious now being dragged. Max Furious got Tarzan out of there quick, but it could be more a mental thing than anything. Max Furious with a big springboard. Now raging. Fury Mania is running wild, brother. He's tuning up the band. That's not going to work for Jack Taylor, brother. Lifts him. Drops him on the head. Jack now dragging him once again. One, two, and that's not going to work for me, brother. Max thrown against the ropes. Dodges out of the way. And drops him with the MCM, the Max Chin music. Going for the cover. One, two. And Jack Taylor giving him a taste of his own medicine. That's not going to work for me, brother. Against the ropes, jumps over. Goes to lift him. And he'll succeed with the suplex. Max now picking up that steel bat once again. Stepping out. Targeting the leg. Now the back. Dropping the steel bat. What's he got in store? Oh, and a nasty forearm from Max. Now that's not all. Another one. Fury Mania is running wild. Taylor thrown into the ring. Going for the cover now. One, two, and 2.999 from Jack Taylor. Jack counters with a big back body drop. Now tying them up for the Black Widow. And that's not going to work for me, brother. Max Furious never taps out. But you don't got to tap out to this. The J Driller from Jack Taylor going for the cover. One, two, 2.99999 Fury Mania's running wild. No pin's gonna work for him, brother. He's going over. A kendo stick cracked over the head. Max Furious. Jack Taylor trying to kill Fury Mania. Pointing to the sky. What's he got in store? Going on the apron. Flying. The corkscrew punch. Max rolls out of the ring. Lifts Jack with a nasty suplex. These two putting on another classic. Another one for the history books. These two, countless matches together. Not really even a rivalry. Other than the fact they're trying to outcompete each other every time they're in the ring. These two don't hate each other. These two both just have pure respect for the business. Jack taking that steel bat now. Max laying him out with the combo. Now going in the apron, going top rope. Oh yeah, brother. What's it gonna be? Goes for the springboard DDT, but Jack. Max reverses the Irish whip. Picking up the Star-Spangled Stairs. Dropping him. Changes his mind. Saying he doesn't have to use those old tactics anymore. Max can win clean. Dropping him with the combo. Now waiting. What's Max got in store? I think I know. Lifting him. The big attitude adjustment. 1, 2, 3. Max Furious picks it up despite Tarzan's interference.
Stand up for the fight in every soul. I am Max Furious. Push back hard, take back control. Mess with my crew. I won't back down. I'm coming for you. That don't fly with me, brother. No way, no way, no way, no way.
And Fury Mania is running wild, brother. Max Furious picks it up. You'll see this man next week in the main event against Thomas to decide who will face Tarzan at Revolution.
I am Max Furious. Stand up for the fight in every soul. I am Max Furious. Push back hard, take back control.
And now for our co-main event. The Tag Team Championship match between the Crimson Order and your Tag Team Champions, The Vision.
Blood on my hands, I've gone weeks without sleep. Whole room shift when I decide who's beneath. They want death to fall from the peak.
Walking out without their belts because the belts are hanging above the ring.
Yeah. All these foes want prayers answered in my name. Funny how they beg for mercy, still wish me pain. I don't step and I arrive, fade in my stride. Every rookie in the back wanna test my spine. Born under lights, forge where the hungry survive. Durham to Tokyo, learn how legends don't hide. They say I'm sweet, say I'm blessed.
Look again.
I prophesy endings, I don't bluff, I end men.
I don't raise my voice.
They already know everywhere whisper, every stare feeds the throne. Say my name like a prayer or a threat. Either way, you don't forget all these foes. Wish death on me. Caramelous is slow devotion. Sugar smooth, but I control the motion. Have mercy on my soul. Heart gone cold. Taste and fury, feel the spirit take hold. All these foes.
Coming out next, the former longest reigning tag team champions, looking to get their precious belts back. The Crimson Order, Elijah Bates and Austin Diamond.
Trophy, every rival broke. Iron and gospel, bone and chain. We baptize our glory in crimson rain. We don't pray, we plunder. We don't beg, we burn. The altars built from shattered thrones, and the wheels of fate still turn. Diamonds are forever, but we shower in gold. Flashes like lightning, every crown we hold. Thunder and thunder, the testament's told. Brothers of chaos, see the epic unfold. Two brothers.
The Revolutionary Tag Team Championships on the line tonight, hanging above the ring. Only way to win them is by climbing the ladder. Tornado tag rules, meaning everyone's legal at all times. Austin goes for the springboard. It misses. Thomas capitalizes and drops him. Thomas sets up the ladder early. Elijah drops Dimitri with the ladder. Elijah now climbing it. Looking to grab that tag team championships. But it gets knocked over. Elijah now tossing Thomas over the top rope. A springboard coast to coast. Thomas no-sells it, gets up, big bodies him. Austin Diamond trying to climb that ladder now. And Thomas just wailing on him. Elijah goes for the springboard, but is denied by Dimitri. Austin now chopping Thomas, drops him with a big uppercut. Elijah, on the other hand, being taken out by Dimitri. Austin pulls the ladder down, puts it in the corner. What's he got in mind? Grabbing the chair from next to my announce table. Good thing I don't have any guests playing. A big lariat from Dimitri Darcel. Thomas climbing the ladder. Good division retained tonight. No, Austin pushes the ladder over just in time. Dimitri's not happy. Dimitri grabs the kendo stick, wailing on Austin Diamond. Elijah takes it from her. Thomas cracks Austin with the chair. Dimitri still taking out Elijah Bates. He gets up. Suplex City. Stomping her. Now ground and pounding. Austin with another kendo stick. Thomas gets thrown across the ringside area. Elijah Bates sets up the ladder in center of the ring. Tosses Dimitri out. Climbing the ladder. Dimitri stops him though. Austin wondering. Gets taken out by Thomas while he's not paying attention. Elijah now thrown out of the ring. Austin being stomped ringside. Dimitri looking under the ring for an element of destruction. Both members of the Vision with steel chairs. Austin Diamond now being jumped. Steel chair hits the cranium of Elijah Bates. Thomas howling, stomping out. Austin Diamond now. Elijah Bates lifting Dimitri, throwing her against the Star-Spangled Steps. In the ring, saying it's time to go to sleep. Now climbing the ladder. Austin Diamond handling the Vision ringside. Dimitri steps in the ring. She gonna stop. And she pushes the ladder. Goes for a springboard cutter, but misses. Thomas now with the ladder. Sets it up. Dimitri slides another ladder in the ring. Thomas going top rope. Telling Austin to get up. And another ladder set up. The other one falls. Both ladders are down. Thomas stalking ringside. Elijah Bates catches her with the Soul Snatcher. Puts Thomas down with the Superman clothesline. Slides out of the ring. A sunset flip powerbomb from Dimitri. And that followed by a big enziguri. Putting the ladder in the corner. Austin looking under the ring. Gets attacked from behind. Dimitri just wailing on him, throwing him down against the hard blue floors. Thomas going top rope. Taken out. Austin Diamond. Or no, he takes out Elijah. The double axe handle. Austin Diamond gets thrown out of the ring by Dimitri Darcel. Austin being jumped. The steel chair and a springboard. Elijah now trying to use the ropes to get himself up. Austin Diamond stunned outside the ring. Both members of the Crimson Order stunned outside the ring. Austin takes out Dimitri with a big Superman clothesline. Now wailing on her. Looking to climb that rope. Is stopped by Elijah Bates. Elijah Bates, a man who desires nothing more than gold. He lives, sleeps, and breathes championships. That's all he wants in this business. That's his only goal, is to be the most decorated champion in all of wrestling. Not just RCW, not just ACW, all of wrestling. He wants to go everywhere and win everything. And he's going to the top. Nope, steps down, chickens out, climbs down the ladder. Rolls out of the ring. Trying to get his braces back. Elijah now climbing the ladder once again. Austin looking for something to defend him with. He gets a table. Thomas slides in the ring. Pushes the ladder over, but Elijah hangs on. No, Thomas takes him down, slams him on that collapsed table. And a super kick Setting up the ladder once again. Dimitri caught with a reverse soul snatcher. Elijah setting up the table. Or not. Throws it on Dimitri. Goes top rope, points to the crowd. Goes for the double axe handle, but he can't jump that far. He fights out with the elbows. Another ladder introduced into the ring. Thomas with a TKO. Dimitri with a big springboard moonsault. Thomas grabbing the steel spangled steps and putting him down. Thomas going top rope while Dimitri wails on Elijah with the steel chair and a double foot stomp. A low blow delivered to Thomas. Thomas and Dimitri aren't having kids anytime soon. Yeah, I'm kind of thankful. I don't want any little demons running around backstage. Austin standing in the ring alone. Maybe too stunned in the moment. What is Austin Diamond doing? Does he miss his father in Edward Lee Coon? No. He's taking out Thomas. Maybe that was a strategy. I feel like he could have definitely got the belts down in that amount of time, but who am I to talk strategy? I'm just the longest reigning Blood Money champion. Dimitri hangs on. It's power bombed. Back of her head landed on that ladder. Thomas sneaks in with the steel chair. Elijah sees him and drops him, saying it's time to go to sleep. Austin takes him out with the steel chair. And a big springboard splash. Both members of the Crimson Order are taken out. Vision looking to retain. Dimitri grabs the ladder. Thomas grabs the table. Slides it in the ring. A big drop kick from out of nowhere. Thomas now climbing the ladder. Austin's going to stop him. Climbing the other side of the ladder himself. Dimitri pulls him down though. Thomas left alone on the ladder. Not for long though. Elijah pulls him down. Austin now climbing the ladder. This is anybody's match. Thomas pushes it over. Now going top rope once again. Elijah gets in the ring. Tries to stop Thomas, but he's not quite quick enough. Suplexes Thomas. A 450 splash. Trying to take out Dimitri, but misses. Dimitri taking advantage of that kendo stick, breaking it over his head. Goes for the springboard back kick. Misses. And a big DDT delivered by Elijah Bates. Now Elijah with the steel chair. Clearing house. Taking out both members of the Vision. Waiting for Thomas to get up. He's got something in store. But Thomas catches the kick. Puts him down. Mounted punches. And a corkscrew moonsault from Thomas. Austin Diamond setting up the table. Now lifting Thomas. Thomas fights out with the elbows though. Tequila Sunrise armbar. Oh, a springboard moonsault from Thomas. He rolls out of the ring. Elijah punches Dimitri. Gets taken out by Thomas in return. Everybody's stuck. Nobody's moving. Goes for the trouble in paradise. Dimitri moves out of the way. Austin fights out with, or Elijah fights out with the elbows. Austin hit with the power bomb. Yep. I'm not playing. I'm just watching it. Sorry, my mic was muted. Now Taunton Thomas hits him with the suicide dive. Both members of the Crimson Order looking to get their tag team gold back. Austin climbing the ladder. Elijah and Thomas now brawling. Connects with the trouble in paradise. Now saying it's time to go to sleep. But gets cracked with the kendo stick by Dimitri Darcella from behind. Every person in this match must be exhausted. Elijah Bates now trying to climb that ladder. The fateful moment. His championship dreams about to come true. Elijah comes down with it. The Crimson Order got the tag team championships back. The longest reigning tag team champions are once again the RCW Revolutionary Tag Champions after an absolute heater with Division. The Crimson Order are once again your tag team champions, the two-time Revolutionary Tag Champions. Are they gonna go on another historic reign? With these two men, you can only think they plan to take these into Revolution. And it's main event time, people. This match is a casket match. Albert Wesker had a specially fitted Umbrella Corporation coffin made for this occasion. Coming out first, the CEO of the Umbrella Corporation, Albert Wesker. Making his way to the ring, no theatrics, he's all business.
I see the God you try to be, but the blood within the fire.
This man wants to spread a plague around RCW, and Tarzan's not having it. Tarzan defeated his zombies last week, 2-on-1, and he looks to do the same to Wesker tonight in this casket match. Coming out next, the Revolutionary, the longest reigning and current defending Blood Money Champion, the CEO of TCI, the visionary behind RCW, the one, the only Tarzan. Make his way to the ring in the zombie attire, making fun of Wesker. There he goes, zombie pose. There he goes again. Not a care in the world for this man. He's got enough money to get him anywhere he wants. In this match tonight, money won't help him. The only thing that's going to help him is the absolute skill he possesses. He's going to have to put Albert Wesker in the casket and close it. He'll retain his championship. There's no other way. No disqualification, no count out, no pinfall, no submission. The only way to win this match is to lock the other man into that casket. Tarzan said he's going to bury Wesker. Wesker has other plans for the night.
Introducing the challenger. From your darkest fears, weighing in at 191 pounds, Albert Wesker! And his opponent, from parts unknown, weighing in at 155 pounds, the worldwide extreme, ultra-violent, non-stop, hardcore champion, War.
Hoisting up that Blood Money Championship. Tarzan looking to add another reign to his, or another defense to his historic reign. And there it is, that umbrella casket corporation being wheeled out by the RCW officials.
4 countouts. The only way to win is for a superstar to force their opponent inside of the casket. After closing the casket lid shut, the remaining superstar will be declared the winner. Now, let the match begin.
Big fight feel tonight. Wesker has been chasing Tarzan for weeks. Drops him with a super kick. Grabbing him by the head. Kicking him. Slamming him down. Wesker now on the apron. Goes for the springboard. Misses. Tarzan capitalizes. Drops him down with the headlock takedown. Now wailing on him. Fighting back, Wesker. Dragging Tarzan, he fights out with the elbows. Wesker with the kicks, followed by the punch. Now dropping the elbows. Stomping. Springboard moonsault. Tarzan kips up. Dragging Wesker. Puts him against the ropes. Throws him on top of that casket. What's he gonna do? Lifting him. And a slam on the casket. Now kicking him off. Tarzan. Absolute brutal mastermind. You could say the same about Wesker, though. I feel like this comes down to who has more wrestling ability. And I don't know many people who have more wrestling ability than the Revolutionary. Grabbing the shovel. Trying to bury Tarzan. Tarzan throws him into the casket, closing the lid. Slams him onto the casket. Tarzan using Wesker's own casket as his own demise, it appears. Lifting him. And an A-Town down onto the knee. Lifting. Going back to that casket. And a power bomb on top of it. A big knee delivered. Now knees to the leg. Can't fight if you can't walk. Tarzan targeting the leg again. Cranking it. Lifting him up. Trying to drag him, but Wesker fights out with the elbows. Goes for the kick, but misses. Tarzan throws him. Punishes him. Back of the head to the top of the knee. Tarzan, the hammer. Taking out Wesker. Now dropping it. Tarzan got in mind. It's sadistic. I can't even think of what I would do in this situation because it's not happened yet. I'm waiting. I'm not sure what I'll do. I don't plan. I just do anything it takes to win. Wesker chasing down Tarzan. Tarzan rolls out of the way. Catches him with the Irish whip, but Wesker reverses, throws him into the casket. Wesker saying it's time to round it up. Stomping. Brutal stomps from Wesker. Right back into business. Dragging Tarzan. Giving him a taste of his own medicine, slamming him against the casket. Goes for the Irish whip. He gets thrown face first into the casket himself. Tarzan now opening it. He's ready to finish it off. Wesker reverses with an Irish whip. Tarzan thrown into the casket. Wesker now with the combo. Wesker with the kendo stick. Tarzan opens the casket. Oh, cracked over the head. Now on the leg. Tarzan rolls. Gets hit with the drop kick. Revolutionary. Not looking too hot tonight. Rolls out of the way. Gets hit with a running knee. Catches the punch. Lifts Wesker. The GTS. Now dragging him. Throwing him into that casket. Now trying to close the lid. Wesker fights out fast. He made that casket. He knows the ins and outs of it. Tarzan closes it. Clearly not ready to finish this. Wesker wailing on him with the sledgehammer. Tarzan slammed against the casket. Tarzan kips up. Drops Wesker with a running knee. Lifts him. An attitude adjustment into the coffin. Gonna close it once again. Wesker fights out. We're in for a long, brutal match. Tarzan looking under the ring. Wesker stops him. Slides into the ring. Going for the springboard. No connect. The crossbody. Goes for the Irish whip, but Tarzan gets reversed. Dragging him. And a kick combo, knocking the Revolutionary out. Tarzan throws him into the Star-Spangled Steps. Throws him across the ringside area. Slams his arm down. Dragging him. Slamming him on that casket once again. Tarzan wants to end this as quick as possible. Closing the casket. Wesker fights out once again. And a rear super kick. Wesker now stomping the leg. Wailing on Wesker. Throws him off the top rope. Lifting him. Throws him down on the apron, kicks him into the casket. Trying to close it. Will Wesker fight out again? And he will. Tarzan slides out of the ring. And a $1 billion cutter on Albert Wesker, dropping the Umbrella Corporation CEO, saying TZI is always on top. And another big move, the Vertebreaker, right on that kendo stick. Tarzan lifts up, but a running knee is delivered by Albert. Walks to the casket and examines it before grabbing Tarzan. Throws him away from the casket. Stomping the arm. Going to the top rope. Connects with the double foot stomp. Running at Tarzan. Throwing him back towards the casket. Stomp to the arm. Tarzan stands up. But he's stunned. Dodges the running knee though. And another $1 billion cutter. Tarzan picks up the kendo stick and cracks Wesker over the head again, and again. The sadistic mind of Tarzan running rampant. No limits tonight, saying Albert is smoked. And a corkscrew crossbody from Tarzan. Now delivering elbows to the head. Gonna bust him open. Waiting for him to get up. What's Tarzan got in store? Lifting him. Powerbomb position. Into the casket. Looking to close it now. Wesker somehow manages to fight out. Wesker running at Tarzan. Catches him from behind. The ripcord knee. A combo from Albert Wesker. Dropping Tarzan. Waiting for him to get up and putting him right back down. Pointing to the sky. Not pointing to the lady right there. Another running knee connects from Albert Wesker. Trying to throw Tarzan. Tarzan reverses. Casket is closed. Dragging Wesker. Slamming him onto the casket once again. Picking up the kendo stick. And another $1 billion cutter. You know, Tarzan, this match didn't have to happen. Tarzan could have sat pretty. No defenses till Revolution. But he took this risky defense in the most risky match type I could think of. The casket match. With a sadistic, dangerous man, Albert Wesker. But he's taking him out. The trouble in paradise. Tarzan now waiting. Albert fights back. A knee to the leg. Off the combo to Tarzan. Dragging him. Throws him against the casket. Tarzan in the casket for the first time. Wesker looking to close it. And Tarzan fights out. Slides out of the ring while Wesker rolls in. Wesker on the apron. Tries to deliver the Irish whip to Tarzan. Almost gets caught with the Trouble in Paradise, but doesn't. A big punch. Wesker with another knee. Going to the middle rope. The big elbow drop. Can Wesker become one of only 3 men to ever defeat Tarzan in one-on-one action? And Tarzan's historic Blood Money Championship reign before Revolution crushes dreams. And Tarzan fights out of the casket once more. Albert goes for the Irish whip. Tarzan catches him with Trouble in Paradise. Albert kips up. Misses whatever that was. It's the ropes and another $1 billion cutter. That has to do it. Wesker thrown in the casket. Tarzan looking to end it. Wesker fights out. I'm not sure what you'll have to do to keep either of these men in that casket. A big crossbody from Tarzan. Follows it up with an elbow drop. Goes for the stomp but misses. Rolls out of the way. Gets caught with the Irish whip. He's up against the casket. Wesker throws him in it once again. Going to close it. This could be it. This could end Tarzan. No, not even close. Tarzan fights out instantly. Wesker hits the ropes. Tarzan ducks under. Catches him with a spinning neck breaker. Lifting him. Vertebreaker. Tarzan out of the ring now. I'll grab the steel chair. Throwing it on top of Wesker. Going in the corner. He's tweaking out. Springboard top rope with another $1 billion cutter. But that's not all. Tarzan going to the middle rope. Taking it in from this crowd. And a double axe handle. Wesker now lifted. Thrown into the casket. Kicked in the face. Tarzan trying to close the casket. Struggling. Wesker fights out. What's Tarzan thinking? Looking under the ring. Steel baseball bat. The rope-assisted big kick from Albert Wesker. Now lifting the Revolutionary. Throws him against the ropes. Hits him with his own move. The $1 billion cover delivered to Tarzan. Wesker now with the baseball bat. Wesker trying to end Tarzan's reign with his own move. Tarzan thrown against the ropes. Hit with a running knee. Tarzan thrown in the casket. Wesker looking to close it. And Tarzan manages to fight out. He doesn't want his historic Blood Money Championship reign to come to an end. Wesker hits him. These two now trading blows. Wesker catches it. Tarzan catches it. Tarzan catches it again. Tarzan with a big kick. Runs into Wesker. Lifts him for another vertebreaker. Now lifting him. Gonna throw him in that casket once again. Kick to the face, drops him into it. Looking to shut the lid. Bury Wesker for once and for all. Wesker has other ideas though. Fights out again. This might be a contender for longest match in RCW history. Both men tying up. Tarzan backing up. And the $1 billion cutter. Now the elbows to the head. Wesker's already busted open. Tarzan lifts him for another GTS. Stomps the leg again. Lifts him again. Wesker fights out. Goes for the kick but misses. Hits him with the running knee. Picks up the steel chair. Wailing on Tarzan. Crowd questioning how much longer these two men can go. Wesker, the high-risk maneuver going top rope. And connects with a double foot stomp coup de grace. Wesker dismantling the Revolutionary with another running knee. Drops the knee onto Tarzan. And a springboard splash. What's Wesker want to do? He picks up the baseball bat. Wailing on Tarzan this late into the match. Clothesline. Tarzan's in shambles. Tarzan lifted. Into the casket. Will this do it? No, it won't. Wesker's getting drug tested after this, and I'll drug test myself for fairness. Trouble in paradise from Tarzan. Trying to close the lid. And Tarzan gets it. The Revolutionary wins in that grueling, brutal match against Albert Wesker. Wesker being wheeled off to your local morgue here in Seattle. Pay your respects, everybody. Rest in peace. Here's your winner, Tarzan, the revolutionary, the visionary behind RCW, the CEO of TZI, the longest reigning, currently defending, and still blood money champion.